You have no idea how efficient people get. It's off the charts. If we all got our act together collectively and stopped making things worse, because that's another thing people do all the time, not only do they not do what they should to make things better, they actively attempt to make things worse because they're spiteful or resentful or arrogant or deceit, all of those things all bundled together in an absolutely pathological package. If people stop really trying just to make things worse, we have no idea how much better they would get just because of that.
I want you to think about those goals. I want you to taste them. I want you to internalize it. I'm telling you to dream your dream because I want you to feel it. I want you to taste it. Just like when the weather is changing, you can feel it. I want you to be able to feel when you're getting closer to it and closer to it.
You got to have a dream session. You got to take out 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and you got to actually go in a room, close the door, and you got to see yourself doing it. You got to feel yourself doing it.
You don't have to stay where you're just tolerated and not celebrated. You don't have to stay where you're not happy. You don't have to stay where you're not being better. You don't have to stay where you're suffering. You can free yourself from it. But when are you going to do it? When are you going to realize that if you don't do it, you're going to be staying with this pain forever? You're going to stay in this place of misery for the rest of your life. And I'm not trying to put fear in your heart, but I am putting reality on your mind. Nothing's going to change. At some point, if it serves no purpose in your life, for your life, you got to free it from your life. And I know it's easier said than done, but you know it's a lot harder? Staying in pain for the rest of your life. You know it's a lot harder? Staying in chaos for the rest of your life. You know it's a lot harder? Staying in misery for the rest of your life.
You can work on micro habits with regards to your conscientiousness, and I think the best micro habits is to set up some aims for yourself, goals that you actually value. Well, all right, you're going to have to put some effort into your life, and you need to be motivated to do that. And so what are the potential sources of motivation? Well, you could think about them in the big five. But then there are dimensions that you want to consider your life across. And so we ask people about, well, you know, if you could have your life the way you wanted it in 3 to 5 years, if you were taking care of yourself properly, you know, what would you want from your friendships? What do you want from your intimate relationship? How would you like to structure your family? What do you want for your career?
Life is a game, and the rules of the game demand that we constantly lean into growth, purpose, duty over desire, purpose over pleasure, become congruent with the man that we want to be, to live a life of fulfillment and significance without anxiety and depression, shame or guilt, a life of sovereignty and freedom, to have peace of mind, and to have sound sleep when I go to bed at night because I carry no weight of guilt and shame. That is the man, the idealized version of myself that I am building. We all have a duty to become and create the most idealized version of ourselves, the man that we needed in our lives.
Sometimes desire waits for a trigger, waits for something to happen. Who knows what the happening may be? A song, the lyrics, a movie, the dialogue, a seminar, a sermon, a book, an experience, confrontation with an enemy, a conversation with a friend who finally levels with you. Whatever the experience it is, it's so valuable. Here's my best advice. Welcome all experience. You never know which one is going to turn everything on. Don't put up the walls. The same wall that keeps out disappointment keeps out happiness. Take down the wall. Go for the experience. Let it teach you.
Ask yourself a question. If I could have what I needed and wanted, what would that look like? You'll get a dream. You'll get a vision. And it comes to you. That's the most accurate way of describing it. It makes itself manifest in the theater of your imagination. It's a rather frightening question to find out, to allow yourself to ask yourself what it is that you really need and want.
You're only limited by weakness of attention. All you need is to give it your full attention, the will to do it. See, the will gives us the ability to concentrate. I don't know what you want, but I do know this. If you can think it, and you can let yourself get emotionally involved with it, and you stay focused on it, you can have it.
So the only thing you need to know right now, the point is not to avoid the pain, and you need to stop asking yourself, what's the least you can do to get good? And you need to start asking yourself, what's the most you can bear to become great? Once you understand, the whole point is to let the suffering and the pain harden you into becoming the version of yourself that you need to become in order to execute at the highest level, to be world class at anything, and stop avoiding it, stop being afraid of it, and start understanding for what it really is, which is the thing that shapes you.
I got here not because I'm the strongest, not because I'm the fastest, not because I'm the best. I never stopped fighting. It got harder and it got harder, and it seemed the further I climbed, the harder it got. But I didn't stop. I didn't quit. I just kept fighting and fighting and fighting.
Once you begin to discover who you are, then you really realize how you have been given authority and dominion over everything on the face of the earth, including all the dimensions of your life. But you can only do that through the struggle of life.
As you go toward your goals and your dreams, spring forth with a mighty faith to write the book that ought to be written by you, to help the people that ought to be helped by you, to make the difference in our society that ought to be made by you.
It's time. It's time for you to level up. It's time for you to get out of your routines and start making it a reality and do something unique and different. Struggle a little bit, hurt a little bit, sacrifice, and dedicate yourself. Because there's no other way. The time is right now to make a difference, to be better than you was yesterday. And you may not believe this, but you got to do more than less. You got to give a little bit more than less.
Enhancing your inner resilience involves integrating these methods empower you to tap into your embrace empowering habits. Successful individuals undertake tasks that others might avoid, embracing habits that amplify their productivity. Incorporate morning rituals such as priming to shape your mindset positively and establish a constructive tone for the day. Other rituals like affirmations and envisioning your goals also prove effective. A cold morning plunge followed by a nourishing breakfast can invigorate you, setting a proactive tone. Recognize the impact of your decision. Humans possess the unique gift of conscious decision-making. We can assign meaning to our experiences, opting for positivity even in challenging situations. Building inner resilience entails confronting difficulties head-on and leveraging them for personal growth. Acknowledging our role as architects of our lives empowers us to take charge and rise above circumstances. Elevate your standards. Maintaining the status quo rarely leads to significant change. Elevating your standards, however, can yield transformative results. Surround yourself with accomplished individuals who align with your aspirations. Proximity to success influences your journey, as does mentorship or professional guidance. Raising your standards contributes to a comprehensive enhancement of your life. Discover your life's purpose. A compelling purpose acts as a driving force that propels us to excel. True purpose often transcends material gain, aligning with a desire to contribute positively. Reflect on the legacy you wish to leave and the milestones you consider essential. Contemplate what achievements will bring you pride or regret. This introspection unveils your purpose, nurturing your inner resilience. Transform shoulds into musts. Shifting from a casual attitude of should to a determined mindset of must injects a sense of urgency into your actions. Inner resilience thrives when you commit fully to your journey, treating each step as essential. Release the weight of the past. While our past experiences shape us, dwelling on them can hinder progress. Individuals who build inner resilience learn from failures, extracting valuable lessons, and cultivating a growth-oriented mindset. Replace disempowering narratives with positive thoughts, redirecting your mental energy towards personal development. Prioritize your focus. Directing your attention towards your goals is crucial for success. Rather than fixating on past failures, channel your energy into shaping your future. The present moment holds significance while the past is behind you and the future is shaped by your imagination. Commit to achieving your goals, making setbacks seem inconsequential. Leverage prior experiences. Drawing from past encounters can be a valuable resource for building inner resilience. During challenging times, reflect on the emotions or beliefs that helped you find strength before. Analyze how these factors have evolved over time, using past experiences to bolster your resilience. Cultivate a foundation for success. Developing inner resilience requires intentional preparation. Establish routines and a mindset that encourage the utilization of your strength. Use your abilities to work towards your goals in a purposeful manner. The importance of inner resilience. Individuals who have left remarkable legacies demonstrate the power of inner resilience. Beyond entrepreneurial achievements, inner resilience offers a sense of tranquility and purpose. It provides the strength needed to endure challenging times, fostering forgiveness and self-control. Positive thinking becomes a tool to overcome adversity. Importantly, unlocking inner resilience doesn't always stem from adversity. Anyone can tap into this potential. The journey towards personal growth, as illustrated by various stories, can be transformative without requiring rock-bottom experiences.
Persistence is self-discipline in action. Your ability to persist in the face of all setbacks and temporary failures is essential to success in life. Napoleon Hill said, "Persistence is to the character of man as carbon is to steel. The primary reason for success is persistence." And, likewise, the primary reason for failure is lack of persistence, quitting too soon. There is a direct link between self-discipline and self-esteem. Each time you discipline yourself to do what you should do, when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not, your self-esteem increases. This, why there is direct relationship between self-esteem and persistence. Each time you persist and force yourself to continue on, even when you feel like quitting, your self-esteem goes up. Each act of self-discipline strengthens every other act of self-discipline. Every act of persistence strengthens every other act of persistence. When you discipline yourself to persist over and over, you like and respect yourself more and more. You become stronger and more confident. Eventually, you become unstoppable. Persistence is its own reward. Every time you force yourself to persist on a task, whether it is large or small, you feel happier and better about yourself. When you go the extra mile and do more than you are paid for or more than is expected, your self-esteem goes up. You feel more powerful and in greater control of your life. In your career, when you go the extra mile, you put yourself on the side of the angels. The primary difference between winners and losers in life is simple. Winners never quit, and quitters never win. You can increase your ability to persist by talking to yourself positively. Say these words: I am unstoppable. Before you begin any major undertaking, pre-program yourself by telling yourself, I never give up. Before you can achieve anything worthwhile in life, you have to pass the persistence test. This is usually a snap quiz sprung on you unexpectedly with no warning. You suddenly face a major setback, problem, temporary failure, or even a complete disaster. When this happens, remind yourself that this is the testing time. This is when you demonstrate what you are really made of. This is when you show yourself and others the strength of your character and your true determination to succeed. Your ability to respond effectively to setbacks. Your level of response. Ability is the measure of your readiness to succeed. When you experience a major setback or problem, you will feel temporarily stunned. This feeling is very much like a punch in the emotional solar plexus. You will be stopped for a few seconds or a few minutes. During this period, you will often feel discouraged or experience self-pity. You will say, "Why me?" However, it is not how far you fall that counts, but rather how high you bounce. Your aim is to bounce back as quickly as possible. Resilience in the face of unexpected reversals is vital to long-term success. Remember the warrior's creed: I will lay me down to bleed a while, and then rise and fight again. Don't be surprised, shocked, or set back when things go wrong. Your best laid plans will often fall apart. Instead, expect disappointments and setbacks as a part of life. Take a deep breath, pick up the pieces, and continue onward.